I had an assembly about 2 years ago looking at the importance of persistence, and I want to really give credit really for this brief, I suppose you can call it presentation to this teacher who actually said this. It was about persistence and why you should persist in order to achieve your academic goals, and I'm going to give you a brief snippet of what that member of staff said, because what struck me is how this also applies in every area of your life, not just for school, but also building a business, learning a sport, learning anything. So, in case you're wondering, in terms of where I am, actually I'm on holiday in the Canary Islands, and I'll just show you the brief view from the hotel, which is amazing. There you go, it's absolutely phenomenal. Let's come out here in fact and do this actually. I didn't plan on actually doing this video because I actually want to relax, and I have been relaxing, in fact relaxing so much that I actually have had so many ideas as to how to actually improve how I present. But let me just share with you what this member of staff said, because again it's been really on my mind for the past few days. It was about persistence, and what they were saying was that whenever it comes to achieving something, there's an emotional barrier that you have to go through, because sometimes the results don't come as quickly as you would like, and that's true certainly academically. That's true when looking at building a business. As someone who's a very passionate sports person, that's also true. Sometimes the results don't come as quickly as you would like, and then doubts can start to raise in the mind whereby you think, well, is it really going to happen for me? Is there a reason why it's happening for other people and not for me? And what this member of staff said, which is brilliant, was that your emotions can lie to you. Your emotions can tell you that it's not happening, that all your hard work, and of course this is assuming that you're putting in the hard work, that it's not paying off, and for some reason it's not going to happen for you. Your emotions can tell you that you're wasting your time. Now again, this principle of what it means to persist, what it means to actually discipline your emotions when things aren't going well, is a principle which every book on personal development or self-improvement talks about. It's a book which every book on success in business, in sport, it's a theme which runs through every area of success, which is simply knowing deep down a few things. One of those is, number one, the goal that you'll set yourself, that you're going to achieve it. That it's certain that you're going to achieve it, and you've got to see this goal before you actually physically do it. If you're doing sports psychology, you'll know that what I've just told you there in terms of visualizing the end outcome and going for it is absolutely key. In business, it's a must. Academically, it's absolutely true. It's the same principle. Number one, therefore, you've got to visualize the goal before you see it. Number two, as you visualize the goal, it's something which is in the future, it's in the distance. That means you're working towards it, but it hasn't physically materialized. Now that's good on the one hand, but the reality is, or the problem is, what do you then do when something you're working toward, putting maybe in hours and hours per day? In fact, no, let me scrub that actually. I said maybe putting in hours and hours per day. No, it's not maybe. When you are putting in hours and hours per day, because if you're not, if you're putting in 1 hour here and an hour or 2, 3 hours late, 3 days later, then this is not for you, because you need to persist every single day towards your goal. What then happens when you put that in and it's not materializing, things are not working out? Well, you have to learn principle number 2, which is to discipline your emotions and realize, as his teacher said, that your emotions can lie to you. Your emotions that say, listen, you're not going to make it. You put all this hard work in, you're not going to make it. Even if others have made it, there's a reason why it's not going to work out for you. It's amazing how, whoops, I've dropped the camera there. It's amazing how, when you're really aiming for something big, and again, this is the same thing when there's a lot riding on it. If it's something academic, if it's something in business, if it's something in sport, whatever it is you're doing, you have to fight the sort of inner demons, if you will, those voices. And the question is, how do you do that? Because You know, and if you heard of Myers-Briggs, different personality types, some character types are really propelled by their emotions, and what's called one type by they're fueled. They're often this one particular type are very, very happy and upbeat most of the time, and for them, when they feel down or things aren't going well, it can really be tough to persist. And I should know because that's my character type. It's, you know, often very positive and just full of life, and with a really anything is possible attitude. When things aren't going as well as you want, it can be very tough to persist. And this is where you have to learn principle number 3, which is you've got to surround yourself with what I call a power group, an absolute group of people that are hell-bent on you succeeding. I want to talk more about that another time, but this teacher's assembly, they spoke about Thomas Edison, who created the light bulb, and what he went through. And you know, I was reading a book today. I took some holiday reading with me. I'm having a lot of fun. We're going to that here. I'm having a lot of fun, but I took away some books, and one of them is just absolutely incredible in terms of principles of success. And I'm going to share that with you on another video. I probably do. I promised myself on holiday I wouldn't do any videos for my business, but you know, I also promised myself before I even discovered this business that I wanted something which I was passionate about. It just, like I said, what I'm doing is helping people to uncover and achieve their full potential, whatever area that is, be it academically, certainly in business, in sport as well, because we have one mind from which comes our success in all areas: family, friends, giving to those who are poor and needy, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to do more about that, but I want to just leave you with those thoughts about any goal you're setting yourself. Number 1, you have to believe it. You have to see it. If you go on YouTube right now, there is Will Smith, the famous actor. He's got some amazing motivational videos on YouTube. Please go and watch them. One of those things, he says, an age-old principle, which is whenever you're seeking to achieve anything, again, he doesn't quite say this, but I'm expanding on that, elaborating on it, be it academic, be it in business, in sport, anything, even before other people see it. This may even be family or closest friends. You must not only see it, but you absolutely must believe it. You have to have complete faith in your vision and goal, because the point is, why would you persist towards a goal you don't believe you're going to achieve? You wouldn't. And if you try and persist towards a goal you don't achieve, here's what's going to happen: you will quit, often at the closest point to your victory. You will quit then. And there's talk of what's called 3 feet from gold. It's a very famous talk about an example of someone who was drilling for gold during the American Gold Rush. It's very famous in business circles. What happened was that this term 3 feet from gold, it's used a lot in business circles. It's not just made up. Without going into the whole story, this guy had put together a lot of money to invest in digging for gold, and he was digging, getting very close to gold. He didn't know this, and then he allowed friends and family to influence him and tell him that he was a fool and that he wasn't going to make it. And so he ignored them for a few weeks, and eventually he gave in to the pressure. He caved in to the influence of those around him, and he quit drilling. Another guy, less educated, bought the same material. The guy had left drilling equipment and so forth in a certain spot. This other guy came, bought the same material, the drilling equipment, but then got an expert in to say, well, how can you track where gold runs through the ground? How can you improve your drilling accuracy? See, persistence is good. What you then need, though, is to link up with a power group, a group of people who are experts in the area you want to achieve. Say it again. Persistence is good. Self-belief is very important. But the third, I think the number 4 thing to do is you must link up with a group of people who are equally as passionate and are experts in that area. This guy bought the same material, began drilling, and got phenomenal results. He hit gold or became one of the wealthiest people during the American Gold Rush. Now, there's a part 2 to the story. Because the guy who had lost out did not commit suicide or do anything crazy. He responded in a very accurate way, which I'll talk about another time. So, to your success, I'm going to enjoy more of my amazing holiday in the Canary Islands. It's beautiful. Again, I said I wouldn't do any videos, but again, this business that I'm in, I'm so passionate about it. The more I relax, the more I as more I just think about new ways to, hopefully inspire people. I say hopefully, I know it isn't hopeful because of your wonderful emails and people joining the business, even those that don't join, because either you can't, your age, whatever. Again, I'm just hoping that my passion is just to inspire people to be the very best they can be. That's what life's about. The essence of life really is growth. So have a great day, as I certainly will. Bye-bye.